What's up, guys? Today I've decided to bring you a deck profile on Mermails, specifically the Neptabyss build, which I'm thoroughly enjoying playing right now. During test hands, I found it to be extremely consistent, being able to make very, very strong boards constantly, and this isn't even the final form of it. Insert meme here. I'm actually going to be taking this to our locals in the next week, not this weekend, but next weekend, and hopefully I'm going to do well. I've sacrificed my chance to use Pepe there, but I think that this is going to be more fun anyway, and more interesting for both me and my opponents to play. So, let's just get right into the actual profile itself. Starting off, we're going to be playing the triple Megalo, simply because it facilitates our OTKs as well as being able to push a lot of put a lot of pressure onto your opponent if they decide to make us go first, because it means that they will have to get over a most likely a 32 beat stick, because you searched Mizuchi, which can also negate the spell effects, which is really, really useful, and I find it to be very strong, so it's a good card to play at 3. We've got next, we have the triple Abyss Teus. He is your rank 7 facilitator, which allows you to also search for Mermail monsters, which are level 4 or lower. He is very strong, seeing as he's able to you're able to summon him with only one water monster as its cost, as well as just being able to use him to be able to create things like your Big Eye and Abyss Gaios. That's it for the 7s though. For, actually, I don't run lead because I don't own one, and I find it to be very cloggy when I was testing on Dueling Network, which is also a dangerous place to test, if you know Dueling Network. Anyway, for the 4s, I only play Abyss Pike as just a way to push us through the deck, as I don't run any of the upstart goblins, because I'm not a fan of putting myself further away from game. I'd rather just be able to search the monsters than just randomly draw into a card that I might not want, or I might be able to search. So that's my reasoning behind the pikes. For the 3s, I run an Osha to make some kind of cool rank 4 combos, to be able to make Trite, Bahamut Shark, and your Armoured Kappa. Having those all 3 on the field at the same time is kind of cool and kind of formidable for your opponent. Then we've got double Lind. It just allows you to, if you're in a bad position, to just either set it or set a sphere and force your opponent to give you a monster, which is kind of cool. And then finally, for the 3s, we have the triple Abyss Gund, because you do lose some of you lose some hand advantage from bringing out your big Mermail monsters, as well as for things like Pike's effect. So you use this just to be able to bring things back that will be able to extend plays. So that's all of the 3s I run. Put those to the side. For the Atlantean engine, I'm fumbling over my words today, I'm ever so sorry. I play Neptabyss, triple Neptabyss, because it is insane. Being able to search out Dragoons and Dropper Dragoons in the graveyard in in the same search. Just very strong. Then triple heavy infantry for face-up removal. Marksman for face-down removal. And dragoons for search power. And then the last of our monsters is actually just one Deep Sea Diva to make some synchro plays. For spells, Raigeki, Soul Charge, and Salvage as our one-offs. For our two-offs, we've got Instant Fusion for Norden and Twin Twister. And then for our three-offs, we've got Abyss Scale of the Mizuchi, which I will be changing 1 or 2 for Cetus. And finally, for the last 3 traps, I played the spheres just to get advantage. Then for the extra deck, we play a Gaios because it's a walking skill drain and it also stops your opponents from attacking if they're level 5 or higher. Big Eye for taking their monsters. This for deterring any actual plays from card effects, because burning them and they can't destroy it by card effects as long as it's got any material, and it will always have material. Dracosac, just for when we need to get into a grind game. For the 4s we have Bahamut Shark to special summon either Trite or Armoured Kappa. And Abyss Dweller, because this is the card that will push for game the best, giving every single monster a plus 500 boost alongside any boosts that they already have is really strong. And then Abyss Trite, just to get stuff from the grave, and the Armoured Kappa as well. So those are all the XYZs I play, if I can pick them up. There you go. For the synchros, Star Eater for getting over. Well, I've got 2 monsters. I'm going to put them all together, both together. These are for getting over Cosmos because, well, attacking into them is kind of risky, and that's just good if they have any back row, and this is good if they are about to go for a dark destroyer. So you know that's it is what it is, and they may be difficult to get out, but it is what it is, and they are still very strong and very useful in the deck. Then we got a misprinted Trishula, which I like, but yeah, it's just to push your opponent away from making any plays. Then we've got Black Rose, which I don't know whether I'll take out or not, because I don't go into it often, but it's still really useful. And then Armades, which I think will actually be a this will be a Tsukiyomi, or Tatsunoko, that's it, Tatsunoko. This will be a Tatsunoko when I can get one. And then double Norden for the instant fusions. So, yeah, that's the end of the deck profile, and wow, I didn't realise that was getting into shot. I'm going to have to clear up this pile. That pile was just my deck falling into just the abyss, which is the actual viewfinder. I don't know why I called it an abyss. It's rude of me. Yeah, so that's the end of the profile, guys. I tried to keep it short this time. All my previous attempts went up to 20 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. If you found it beneficial, then please do give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed, that would also be really cool if you could. The next profile I've got planned is actually the reboot of my Cyber Dragon deck, so look out for that. And I will catch you in the next video. See you later.